high, still high, buy low, still high. We going straight to the moon. Buy low, still high, buy low, still high, buy low, still high. We going straight to the moon. I made 1,000%. Cut the reverse of the deal. I had to take me a risk. That's why I'm living like this. I made 1,000%. Cut the reverse of the deal. I had to take me a risk. That's why I'm living like this. I made 1,000%. Cut the reverse of the deal. I had to take me a risk. That's why I'm living like this. I made 1,000%. Cut the reverse of the deal. I had to take me a risk. That's why I'm living like this.
Yo, what's good with it, Pack fam? This your boy, Mr. Check My Resume, here to bring you another session of the zero-day expiration class. And my daughter says hello. And so we're gonna get right into it. Just some real quick house cleaning before we get started. First off, this is a 0-day expiration. We're looking at 0 DTEs. We are referring to contracts that expire tomorrow, that open and close tomorrow, Friday, September the 2nd. And so we are looking at some opportunities within that structure. And so for today, we'll be looking for setups and trying to identify setups for that. So 1 second, please. All right. So again, for 0-day expiration, we're going to get into these setups for tomorrow. And if you're new to trading or new to the strat or even to the pack, just don't feel obligated to have to take all of these trades or setups that we're getting into. If you want to sit back and listen and kind of observe how we go about our process, that is totally fine. Definitely here for this is all about learning. So don't feel obligated to have to get into these trades. But if you feel you down, you read it, then let's get it. But so with that, with these 0-day trades, I primarily like to focus on inside or 4-hour setups, even some daily setups, and looking for potential trades that can give us significant gains. We're looking at 100, 200% minimum. And we see what happens after that. But I mean, for the most part, there's been opportunities every week. And so, like last week, for example, we had a very bullish last Thursday. And then, the market ran up afternoon on Thursday and then reversed. Market opened up first hour and then reversed it within that first hour. And then gave the pack and a lot of us some great entries to the downside intraday. So there's opportunities for us to take advantage of things like that, where those of us who got in trades on the way up, there was opportunities for people to make some money, in that little short term. But so for us, we're adaptable. We don't mind. We don't care which way the market goes. I think the main thing for us is just being mindful and aware of certain things that should trigger our thinking, like broad information, time frame continuity, stuff like that. So anyway, enough with all the housekeeping. I'm gonna get into it. Get started on my burrito, and we're gonna get an inside 4-hour setup going here, and we're gonna take a quick scan to see what we got for that inside 4-hour. We had a very strong afternoon, so I'm interested to see what we have on this scan here. And for these 4-hour, setups, I'm really looking for a trade I can take for, minimum couple hours. I'm not looking for a scalp per se. I'm looking for something I can stay in for a longer period of time. And last thing, if you got any tickers you want me to look at, please drop them in the chat and we will go through each and every one of them. But again, please focus on setups for tomorrow only. We're not looking for setups for next week or you know, the next month or whatever. So just be mindful of that when you're asking about these trades. And let's see what we got. And actually, I might do a little different this week and see what we got in the chart in the chat first. But let's see here. First one I want to look at. This MRK been on here like every week. This one, let me set my charts. So you got MRK with a very strong reversal off the broadening formation here this morning. That is very strong. Went inside afternoon session. So we hit a low, just like a lot of things did today, and reversed off that broadening formation. So we got an inside 4 hour here on MRK. This one could go either way. But we do have a broadening formation above his head. But we are looking at a 212 to the upside above 87.44. And then we're looking at a downside move below 86.97. So there's like a 50 cent range in there. I think for me in my overall market sense, you know, healthcare started to reverse. First thing was to reverse this morning, and it just kind of led the way for everything else. So I definitely think there was some bullishness to healthcare. However, I'm not quite so certain we're strong enough to do anything significant tomorrow. So I mean, if we do push to the upside, maybe level around that 87, 82 level would be a good level for to take a short term, you know, maybe scalp or something. But I'm not really feeling the MRK setup right there. Right to a broader formation. What else we got? Meta, Walmart. Let's see Meta second in the afternoon. So you got Meta right here, Chicago on the 4, 312. So you got the 312 Chicago on Meta here above 165.73. As you can see, point of control is right here, this 167.61 level. That's where that broadening formation is as well. So, I mean, you got a little bit of room, a couple of dollars. Similar, you know, potential to the day, I guess you could say. So you got the Meta, you know, you can set the trigger there. But again, I'm not really sold on much right now. So it's not you, it's me. Meta. All right, let's keep it going. Got Walmart and Kroger. Staples was another sector that was reversing pretty well today. I saw. So you got Meta, strong day today. 212 off point of control, and point of control is just above a broadening formation. Sitting interesting level right here. I'm gonna mark the trigger. You know, this 212. We'll be looking for continuation on the day. We had a fail 2 down on the week. But coming off of this monthly BF, I'm interested to see. So we got 2, 1, 2. Okay. Walmart looks solid right there. Kroger, we'll check out Kroger. I'm not a big Kroger 0-day fan, but we'll check it out. Yeah, so okay. So actually Kroger here, we're setting up what 212 to the downside actually, off of that broad information. That's interesting. So you can have a potential rail strat textbook right off the BF. I'm gonna set it. Take a look tomorrow. $48.46 is your level for entry on Kroger to the downside. 50. All right. So then Kroger. So we got PBR, then Prime Minister. I seen somebody put Prime Minister in the chat, so we'll not both birds up. That one. I don't even know why this one is on here though. PBR looks good for tomorrow. I mean, it's gonna go up. It's not an inside setup, but the day is already reversed as well. So I don't know why that was on. PM. The Prime Minister. So we got a Chicago and Prime Minister above 96.73. Get that 312 Chicago move. We are in a volume gap, looks like. If we do push to the upside, we can push up to like a 97.61 level. And if we happen to push down, we're going to push down back into this monthly BF around 95.63. PM. Excuse me. We'll take a look at catch up and KMB. Look at that catch up. Interesting on catch up. Got Chicago on catch up above 37.75. Three, 1, 2. Hey, baby. $37.75 is our level. This level for entry. All right. Then we got a rev strat on the day, potentially here 122. And if we get a banger off this catch up on the 0 day, boy, you know how gassed I'm gonna be. Yeah, I don't even know, bro. Catch up. So we'll see. 37.83. It's just because of the stock. Ooh. All right, KHC looks decent. We got KMB, we got Honeywell, we got MO. So it's a lot of staples on here. So just try to look and identify the ones that are the best setup or the best position. Like for example, this KMB is right up under broad information level. So it's kind of like, you know, those I don't like to really take advantage of just because it could be at a nice level, but I don't like when the BF's above his head. It does what I haven't drawn recent BFs on KMB, so I'm not quite certain if I have all of them captured. So I would have to go back and reevaluate that. But I'm gonna leave KMB alone. I think I have plenty of staples representation. Let's go to Honeywell. So we got Honeywell here. Is this Chicago? Like Chi-Town, Chi-Town, Chi-Town. So yeah, Chicago, 312, Hammer, 4 hour. This is a bullish day right here. We'll see. And a lot of upside setups, but the afternoon really set things off. Telling you, don't be that man. Okay. Hey, so you see them South Carolina State boys on ESPN tonight?
Yeah, I seen that, man. The boys need some coverage, man. The boys got some hitters out there.
Yeah, man. Give them boys a little shine. Honeywell don't look bad though. We got a rail strat too on the day. I know y'all young people like, man, what the hell is a Honeywell? It's money. All you need to know. Got rail strat day. So let's keep going here. We'll take a look at MO just because I'm in that thing. So the MO. Yeah, MO setup look clean though. I don't like that BF, but it's been at the same BF for a minute though. It's not like they really did too much. Oh, got a TTO. We don't want to take intro from TTO, but these setups are clean. So we got a couple different thoughts here. Y'all know how we like MO in the pack. We got MO. We fight with this broad information for a long time. So I'm gonna mark the levels here. This might be a tricky one. I might be intrigued to play. Okay, I see these levels lining up. Okay. If we do get some push out of staples and staples, I'm gonna take a look at Airbnb. I'm not expecting much from the downside look. Oh, I am mistaken. Look at this. This how they get you right here. Fire ass with the setup. Huh. Airbnb setup looks real good. I don't know if I trust it though. It look good. I cannot deny the technical setup here. 122 on the day, 312 on the 4 hour. So mark the level off. 312 on the 4 hour, 113.58. All right. After this, I'm gonna go start looking at, let's say, chat. One, two on the day. All right. See what we got in the chat here. We took a look at Prime Minister. We've seen that. Let's take a look at MU, Mr. Nonchalant. MU looking strong for tomorrow. Continuation though. Looking like continuation. Mean reversal though. Jesus. Outside day. Yeah, there ain't no entry, but that thing look fire. Well, if you look at the day and below, I'll say that. It's been falling. They got bought up right there. Let's take a look at the and to the downside. AMD. Hella conflict. We kind of figured some buying would take place right there. My only thought is it could fill this gap before it came back down. So, because of where it's pointed, it'd be one of those situations where it gap up and then fall the rest of the day. I don't have no faith that it's gonna go up at all. But it does have you that, it does give you that upside trigger. That 212 to the upside above 82.50. But my thesis on this would be if it did break to the upside, it's gonna go fill the gap, reject, or maybe go sideways at the gap and then make its way back down to this broadening formation. So that's how I would be looking to play it. Okay. That'd be my setup. I'd be like, go ahead and break off to the upside. And I hope y'all out of y'all calls. I'm finna shut the hell out y'all.
Yeah, I'm gonna let it open. Let it open then.
So you better get yours now. All them scalpers. Yeah. That's how I look at AMD. And man, Citigroup. Like, don't fall, you better watch for the hook. Don't fall for these pump fakes.
Yeah.
And that's what they doing. Ain't nothing in my mind telling me that's gonna go up tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm looking at it for the downside. So
yeah. I'm trying to make a bullish case for it, and I'm like, oh
no.
no.
That little green inside hammer don't do nothing. When you look at the day, the week, and the month, it's going down.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, why is the quarter still green? Other formations ain't gonna let me be great though. Okay. We going down. Oh yeah, yeah. All right, university. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. So what like Asa was saying, like, yeah, it's got the 4 hour setup, but even if it trigger, look for a fail two up, you know, unless spot just does something crazy. Yeah, hey. Moderna, strong day today. We're wrong. Okay, Moderna, I see you. Good shit, good shit. Let's see what they did on the day. Was it an outside day? Didn't stay two down. Two down. I don't like shit like this. Um, so like for me, if it like in my mind, I'm looking at the standpoint of this thing is like dipping down, and it's gonna have to like it's gonna take. It's not gonna just pop back up tomorrow. It's still gonna go like have like a sideways move for a little bit before it finally reverses all the way up. It's kind of my thought process, but today was super nasty. So, you know, they make you want to pay attention to that. It's that healthcare run today. So maybe if healthcare gets another run tomorrow, it can keep going, but I don't see it, and I'm not going. I will say though, the trigger though, if you do feel inclined to take it, because I think the setup looks amazing from a day down, like from the day to down to like the micros, the setup looks amazing. But then once you get into the macros, it kind of looks like, oh, we got a shooter on the quarter. We got a, the month is green. It's two down, just a day today. So yeah, so I just be kind of mindful of that. But the setup looks green as hell. The PLC is based on the time interval that you have up on your charts. So like if I'm looking at the hour, that's going to be 10 days is the interval. And if I'm looking at the day, it's going to be like 90 days. 4 hours, like this. I think I got mine set at 20. So it'll vary based on time interval. Well, yeah, shit. Shoot me something. Hey, oh yeah, Browns. I know Browns up here. We can't have a 0 day without KO. Let's see what we got here. KO looking like he's trying to do something off of that BF. Looking like we trying to, and we got a PMG. Is this a PMG? No, we got a little up down right there. Reversal on the day looking, ooh, it look mean. Still in my Septembers. They disappointed me though, but it's okay. Rolling bad boys, actually. Nothing. No, I like Smith some KO. Oh man. Okay. SPX. Yeah. So similar to what Asa was talking about with AMD, you see the correlation. Got like a little gap or a little area to the next broadening formation. So you can see a push up to about, oh no, 39.83. Like I was saying on the call earlier, I think it's like 39.83, 87 or something like that. So you can see it move up like that in the morning and then come in contact with that broadening formation. See it chop and then make its way back down. Kind of what I see. So you may see a lot of triggers go off in the morning, push up to the upside, and then you'll see a lot of folks hit broadening formations. But there's a bunch with like broadening formations, like either right above its head or like nearby. So that's what I'd be expecting to happen tomorrow. So ET with the strong. I have anything to say about ET. Catch it at a good time to go back up right now. Off the rail strat hammer. ET is 1173. That's the only thing with the 0 days. That thing was fire though. Keep that on your tuck. Energy might be the move tomorrow. We haven't seen too many. At 312 target PM contract at 444% to the upside. Downside is probably more. Coat potential 1,000. Okay. I like. Yeah, I do. I like how Dave talking too, Jay. Starbucks. Outside day, very strong afternoon. Interesting. Oh, okay, should have swung. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm expecting continuation on Starbucks. If you want to play it, you got to find your TTO and then get in there. But there's no entry right now. Yeah, you should be sus. Should be sus, Jay. Yeah, them niggas a side eye. Everybody. XOL. Excuse me. I mean, this ain't the only energy sector, but I've seen a few in the energy sector that are pretty decent. So, we're just on the point of control, XOM. Stayed inside. Yeah, we could look for an upside trigger. Tomorrow will be a telltale sign of what I think what will happen. We may get a little bit of, with this one, if the market goes up in that first little movement like we did last week, and feel that, feel the room to that next broadening formation, and then when it rejects, you can see this will start to pick up. So this might be more of a wait and see. But we got a 2-1-2. I'm gonna be looking at a majority of these, but all of them I'm not gonna put on the watch list. I'm trying to taper down the watch list. Keep that relatively small. TGT coin. TGT does look strong. It's like continuation tomorrow, right into the broader formation. Go up, hit point of control. Once we get to 166, we want to hit a tick above that into that broader formation. And if it does go beyond that broadening formation, you got another one, 167, 168. So very risky for that $4 move. Another one that's been trending down with the inside 4-hour bullish, inside 4 hour. I'm not playing that. We're not doing that. Only reason I say that is because the conflict that I see on the time frames, So like I probably should have just like gave more explanation, but the 4 hour setup looks fire. However, the overall trend of the stock is down, right? So like the trend is down, but it gave us a very fire setup in the 4 hour instance in that 4 hour time frame. So that's kind of how like I'm looking at it, like from that standpoint, like And then when you compare it, it's like, oh, this thing keeps making lows. So I just be looking at more so like, all right, just like we talked about with AMD coin 212 to the upside. I believe it will break to the upside, then go to fill the gap. Whatever that gap is, 66.70, whatever. And then boom, get rejected there and then come back down. So that would be like my insight onto coin, very similar to what I saw with AMD. My apologies for how I responded initially, but that would be kind of how I look at it. If I know it's going to reject on me, or if I feel like it's going to reject on me after I enter, I kind of look at it from the standpoint of, nah, I'm not going to try to squeeze out that little bit of like trade right there. It's the margin's too slim. I don't want to put myself in a pinch like that. Some of that PDD. It's a lot of green over here. What y'all doing? So 212 set up on the 4, China above 71.45. 212 on the day above 72.06. Look like barbecue chicken. So all I can say, barbecue chicken. That thing smoking boots. Yeah, you ain't late, Goose. Oh, MO. Thought we talked about it, but yeah, MO, Chicago, 4 hour. And then we got a 122 set up on the day. So we got trigger set on those. Then we got Valle. We got Valle. All right. The trend of that, yeah, we got downside continuity. So technically speaking, we could get the push up, go to fill this gap from today, and reject back down. So be mindful and ready for that. But it's pushing down right now. So I mean, the whole thought process of it going up, I just have to look and see like, oh, where could it potentially reject? And that's where I see is that the gap fill level, there's going to be a broad formation. There's going to be a broad formation just above his head, so I look at it from the standpoint where it'll go fill the gap and then probably get rejected from there. Kind of how I'm looking at it. There. And then we can hop back in the scanner. We made pretty decent time. You guys didn't put many tickers in there though, compared to last week. So just to kind of scan through here, then like I didn't see many downsides. I didn't get many downsides. Got Twitter, GE. Yeah, so something like this, Twitter, 212 to the downside. My liking. We're looking at 212. $38. $7. We gotta have a little balance here. You know, the main thing when you're trying to develop a watch list, especially like for 0 days and stuff like that, you want to be prepared for all situations. You don't want to get caught with your pants down and then you don't know how to react. So, you know, you want to be able to kind of think through different scenarios of what potentially could occur and then have different setups that will align with those different scenarios. Because we can't predict what the market will do, but we sure as it can. We sure as heck can go and prepare ourselves what for potentially would make it happen. And with our market knowledge and understanding of what's happening in the world and those types of things fundamentally, we can make a reasonable conclusion of what's to come, you know, with these different plays and things of that nature. So just another piece. And take a look at Disney. So Disney, similar to a lot of what we've seen today, got a lot of tickers that's been trending down, and you see that they had a very strong afternoon or strong day, and they are, you know, they look real good. So in the case of Disney, again, it made a new low on the day, even though it wasn't hammered. I'll just be more inclined to say, you know, it could trigger for sure, but you know, I'll be concerned about how far it really can go up. Is that a trade that I can do, or is this one of those situations where it's setting me up for a fail to up? So just be mindful of that as well. There's some setups where they're just gonna fail when they trigger, and so if you can prepare yourself, you can take advantage of those fail two down or fail two ups. And hit on trades from those reversals as well. But here in the case of Disney, I like what it did in the afternoon, created a hammer on the day. So you do got the 122 entry here above 112.59. And if you did take that upside trigger, I'd be looking at a level of around 116.20 to take some profits right under that broadening formation. And, you know, but, you know, again, it could be very similar to what, you know, the majority of these have been doing is that, you know, they'll pop for a candle or two and then rev back down. So be mindful of that with Disney. Communications has not been strong. So just want to make that point. Oh, I know. Yeah, and you know, so yeah, that's kind of my synopsis on it. Let me see what else we got here. We can find in the tub. We got a couple downside. Yeah, it's like Fast and Furious around this piece. But yeah, so it looks like we got a good mix of downside and upside setups. I will also you know, keep the VIX close by as you can kind of monitor what's going on. But I think for the most part, we're already in energy setups. So we can scan a couple of those just to see what they're looking like. But for the most part, they were all two down today. Some held up better than others, it looks like. But I didn't even look at energy at all really today. Slum held on pretty decent. Made a hammer on the 4. Yes. So anyway, what else? Yeah, check. What else we got, y'all? Man, we ran through this pretty quick. So we chilling in energy. We know if we catch some triggers on energy, then we just take advantage of it. You know that. I don't think I have to tell nobody nothing new on that. It hit lows. It hit some lows this morning. So I mean, if my boy Luis is on the call, he already know how we get down. If we see it hit a low off of BF like that, be ready. Be ready for the rev. So I'll be looking for that. We had to knock on CVX off the yearly BF, came down to this quarterly BF. We may be ready to go back and try to go retest the other side. So energy, it looks like healthcare has the most strength right now. J&J, PFE, Index, Abby. So yeah, healthcare looked real strong. We did look at Moderna earlier. So I mean, if you're looking for a continuation for tomorrow, I'll be keeping my eyes on healthcare stocks. They are not giving entries right now. They are all in force. I would be mindful of that and try to look for some intraday entries, try to identify levels where it could potentially TTO and take advantage of that. But healthcare is not giving us much setups right now. It looks like Staples is giving us opportunities. You see Procter & Gamble here with the daily rev strat. We looked at Coke. We looked at a couple others within the sector. So we see the sector looks prime for a reversal. So we could definitely keep our eyes peeled for that one. But the strongest that I see is XLV stocks, healthcare, and XLP consumer staple stocks. Those are the main two that I see from what we've evaluated tonight. And like I mentioned, energy hit lows today. So you could see a situation where it could be an inflation type day where only the inflationary type of stocks get a move up, or we get that early move and then stuff pulls down with the exception of like energy or something. So there's a couple different ways this could play out tomorrow, but we are very close to the top of a broad information level on SPY and EDS. So I'm like, we're gonna reject when we get there is kind of my thinking. So Costco is another one here in Staples looking real strong. So there's a lot of strength in Staples and a lot of strength in healthcare. But outside of that, we got things like utilities that look decent. We'll see what actually continues tomorrow. Like this SO with state utilities look strong as well. But again, when you have everything that looks good, or in this case, it looks like industrials didn't get no love. Well, maybe they did, but not CAT. So when there's certain, when there's a lot of sectors or a lot of tickers that have these real bullish looking setups, just know that like it's a setup. They're gonna try to manipulate and get you to make a decision against like the principles of what's really going on. Made a 3-week today. Cat's dry right now. And then SQ Square in a downtrend, gave us a hammer day again, trying to give you that little bait. So when I'm looking for 0 days, I really want stuff in continuity. The continuity actually doesn't look bad on Square, considering how it's trended down. But I would see Square going sideways for a little bit first. We might get some pops here and there. So it could go 2 up tomorrow and then go right to that BF. So that'll be what I'm looking for on Square. So, actually it's above the BF because I was looking at the day. Okay, it's below the broad information. All right. Yeah, so yeah, back to what I was saying. Yeah, it could trigger and then go above and hit that broad information. Why is it doing that? That's weird. Okay. But yeah, so anyway, that is SQ. So you have a trigger mark here on the day above 68.79. That'll take you, I would estimate, back to the $71 level, maybe just slightly above it. But yeah, that would be what I think on SQ. And then CVX. Oh, I thought we looked at CVX. So yeah. So I mean, that's all I've got. I mean, I don't think we need to take time to go through every last one of these tickers. I think we have a good idea of what we want to do. I think the only other things I would want to look at would be like TLT, big stuff like that. But TLT with the major gap down. And then you got big VXX, VIX. So they're all pushing down. So giving you signs for a bullish period. I think though, as you can see with this outside day for today, this thing could rev right back up on VIX. And then like I was saying earlier, we have a bearish day tomorrow after the initial move down. So anyway, that's all I got. Y'all got any more questions or tickers? If not, then I'm gonna let y'all go, let y'all have it. I can get the video up and then we'll be ready to eat tomorrow. I'm gonna throw my watch list up and try to get that up ASAP. So y'all can digest that for y'all getting to bed. All right, my pack fam. Well, I'm gonna let y'all have it. And y'all have a great rest of y'all evening. And I'll catch y'all in the morning. All right, peace.